Hello, it's Brian again. Next installment. Another claret cup. Que no serious mojavenses. So now, almost at the top of the summit I was pointing at earlier. It's a very short walk up here. And a dirt road comes up through here too. Little dirt road. That's the little hill I was just on earlier. Whew. Ooh boy, it's hot up here. Woo! Just kind of following this top of the ridge to what should be the high point. I should be there pretty soon. Here we are. Not exactly sure how high this one is, but I suspect it's probably close to 7,000 feet, give or take a little elevation. But here's the highest point I could find, right over here. Let's see if there's a benchmark or something so I can maybe have an idea. I don't see anything here. There's one thing I will say, despite this hot weather, there is a breeze. And it feels good. It feels very, very good. I'm gonna go find a place to sit, crack open a water. So I can find a nice place to sit where I don't have to be out in the sun. Kind of want to be in the shade a little bit. Gorgeous up here though. Tucked in, nice little summit tucked in the pinyon pines. You smell the sagebrush in the air. The pinyon, the rabbit brush. It all makes for an intoxicatingly aromatic experience up here. The rabbit brush has a real thick, kind of smoky, kind of creosote-like aroma. Not exactly. I'm just trying to find a place to sit where I'm not out in the sun. Whew, it's hot up here. Where we got a rock under a pinyon pine. Pickings are kind of slim for good sitting rocks. Or a log or something would be nice. Just something to center the shade of one of these trees. Well, this is about as close as it's going to get, I think. Not much room to spread out. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking around, trying to find somewhere to sit. A young juniper up here. Likely a little Sierra juniper. Well, sitting places are kind of slim over here. Might have to sit out in the sun. Just need something to sip on for a few minutes. Kind of warm. Alright. Make sure there's no snake wherever I sit. So the last thing I need right now is to be up here by myself. Ooh, that rock is hot. Dang. Oh, I guess this will do. Alright. Crack open something to drink. So I'm going to actually have to go look at the elevation of this peak, this little random peak here. So I can't tell you with any confidence the elevation of this, like any serious confidence. You know, I mean, I like to climb up to these random peaks and poke around. It's kind of a thing I do. Watch my videos, you already know. Let's see if I can find something to drink in here that I can dig out without a lot of undue difficulty. Just need a nice cold water. There we go. I'll probably be going through quite a bit of my water today. Good views towards Lucerne Valley and the Ord Mountains. Yeah, I did my first true desert hike up there. East Ord Mountain, man. If you want a really good, challenging, but not extremely long cross-country hike, with lots of class 2 scrambling, so it's challenging, but not extremely long, East Ord Mountain's a very good one for you. It's not the hardest hike I've ever done, not by far, but it is very challenging. You're scrambling over rocks a huge chunk of the time. But for those who like the challenge, that alone is worth the price of admission, which is driving on some dirt roads to get to the base. If you have 4-wheel drive, you can even drive higher up towards the actual foot of the mountain instead of the alluvial fan underneath it. If I have 2-wheel drive, it'd work out that way. But man, if you go to East Ord, which is the mountain in the center there, the center of the frame, Ord Mountain's on the left side there. If you do East Ord, be prepared for a lot of sun exposure. When I went, the weather was actually cool to chilly. On the top of East Ord Mountain was probably maybe about 40 degrees, and it was howling wind, so it felt really good. But this time of year would not be a good idea because it's all desert, no shade, unless you're happening to walk by a boulder. There are a lot of boulders up there. If you walk by a boulder, you might be in the shade of a boulder here and there, but it's a sunless, treeless climb. There are no trees. Shrubs. You got shrubs, you know. You got shrubs and cacti, but there are no trees. So if you're looking for a shady, cool climb during the summertime, that's not going to happen. During the wintertime, that's fine. But yeah, I do highly recommend it because it is incredible scenery, beautiful wildflowers up the wazoo. It's just a beauty, and you get some really out of this world views, especially on the top, but also in the canyons, the steep canyons leading up, the gullies. You got views just about everywhere. So I do highly recommend it, but want to have some good cross-country experience, because except for a little bit of dirt road at the very beginning, you're on your own. Study your maps, find the gullies, and sometimes you'll have to side hill if you don't want to do any real strenuous scrambling. But getting up here, all I did was just walk up the slope. There's no real, maybe just a couple of small rocks to hop over, but it's very easy to get up here. So it's just some, like I said, this is a very random small summit with a little bit of prominence. It's got a little bit of prominence. Looking over towards this way, you got a little dip there, and you got maybe about 200 feet down to the highway. So you got a nice little section over here to scramble. Well, you scramble getting up to that one. I don't know about going on this side, but just coming up here is pretty easy. You can see the Highway 18 as it goes down towards Cushenberry grade, and towards Lucerne Valley. So I think this is a very highly underrated section of the San Bernardino National Forest in the San Bernardino Mountains, simply because most people flock towards, you know, the Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead, and San Gorgonio Wilderness. And those areas, you got the 150 foot pines and firs growing everywhere, and you know, fall colors with the aspens and aspen grove, and you got the oaks and everything. But there's a lot to be said about this side of the San Bernardinos. If you want solitude, this is where you're going to get it. And I'm not even that far from the road, not even that far from a major thoroughfare, and yet I'm up here. The only sounds I hear are just, you know, planes flying by, and that doesn't bother me. I can't even hear the highway from here, even though I'm probably only in linear distance. I'm only probably about 300 yards from the highway, maybe 400 yards from the highway. But I can't even hear the cars. All I can hear is the occasional plane and the wind whispering in the pinyon pines, and occasionally a bird will start chirping. So you don't have to go far to find solitude here in the San Bernardinos, but a lot of times it will mean going off trail. So study your maps, learn about it, be about it. Well, I'm going to finish up my water, and I'm going to go back to the dirt road. There's a small dirt road not that far from here that I saw. I'm going to go follow that and see where I can get to from there, and see where that'll lead. Well, I guess I'll see you on the next clip.